Al-Andulus is the name for the Iberian Peninsula during Muslim rule of modern Portugal and Spain between 711 and 1492 AD. The initial conquest of the region was led mostly by Arab troops and saw the fall of the Visigothic kingdom. Al-Andalus was a center for learning under the Caliphate of Cordoba, advancing sciences like astronomy, and was also a conduit for cultural exchange between the Islamic and Christian worlds. Secular philosophy was later promoted by such thinkers as Averroes that would influence Western Europe. The Second Arab Siege of Constantinople took place between 717 and 718 as part of the early Islamic conquests, this time in Eastern Europe. After years of preparation by the Arab army and navy, they laid siege of the famous city, but was defeated on land by an unusually harsh winter and attacks by the Bulgars, and at sea by the Byzantine use of Greek fire. Today, it is considered to be one of history's most important battles. The year is 732 of the Common Era, and the Arab Umayyad Caliphate has overrun Iberia. Their plans to conquer France was halted at the Battle of Tours, known as the Battle of the Highway of the Martyrs in the Islamic world. As the Muslim conquest of Europe was well underway, it was a decisive victory for the Franks under Charles Martel, stopping the Arabs in Western Europe and establishing the Carolingian Empire. The Abbasid Caliphate was formed in 750 AD after overthrowing the Umayyad Dynasty. The royal court of the Abbasids was primarily in Baghdad along the banks of the Tigris River. As one of the most influential caliphates in Islamic history, the Abbasids ushered in what is called the Islamic Golden Age until its fall 767 years later. The zenith of classical Javanese history occurred around 750 CE within the Medang Kingdom. Written in Sanskrit, the Kongyal inscription accounts the formation of the kingdom with the building of a linga dedicated to the Hindu god Shiva. The economy was based on intensive rice farming and later maritime trade. For its time, the Medang Kingdom was quite prosperous and had a reputation of virtue and peace. The kingdom is noted for its many temples and monuments. Between 755 and 763, the Anlushan Rebellion, known as the Anxi Rebellion by Chinese historians, took place at a time of major political upheaval in Eurasia. Anlushan, a proven tactician and powerful general in the Tang Dynasty, planned for 7 years to overthrow Emperor Xuanzang. The rebellion was one of the costliest disasters in history, with many millions of people being killed from warfare, famine, and population dislocations. Death toll estimates are now considered unreliable. That said, it is believed over 10 million people died as a result, making it proportionately one of the largest atrocities ever recorded. The Viking Age during the Middle Ages were a series of exploits that began in 793 AD with the sacking of the Lindisfarne Monastery in northern England. Although mostly known for small-scale raiding in Europe, the Vikings, or Norsemen, traveled far and wide, mostly by their famous longships. Their travels took the Norse across the North Atlantic to Iceland, Greenland, and North America, as well as east into modern Russia and as far south as the Mediterranean and the Byzantine Empire. As a consequence of these expeditions, Scandinavia transitioned from small petty kingdoms to the 3 Nordic countries in existence today: